Armenia and Russia-based Rosatom State Nuclear Energy Corporation are discussing the possibility of building a Russian-made low-power nuclear power plant (NPP). The general director of the Armenian nuclear power plant, Eduard Martirosyan, told Russian news agency TASS that a memorandum was signed between the two parties on cooperation. The issue of small stations has been discussed. There is a possibility of building such a station for geopro mining in the southeastern Zangezur, said Martirosyan. According to Martirosyan, the new station should have a capacity of not less than 500-600 megawatts. However, he noted it is not ruled out that the issue of building a more powerful plant with a total capacity of 1,200 megawatts will arise. It depends on the level of energy consumption that will be formed at that time, on the possibility of expanding electricity supply to neighboring countries. Martirosyan added that Armenia is closely following the global trends in the field of decarbonization and the development of modern technologies. Decarbonization refers to the process of reducing carbon dioxide, CO2, emissions resulting from human activity in the atmosphere. Referring to Armenia's Metsamor nuclear power plant, Martirosyan said, "The Armenian nuclear power plant produces about 40% of all electricity in the country. Since 1977, it has been a clean, reliable source of energy. After its expiration date, we want to have nuclear energy in the country's energy balance in the future. So first of all, we consider modern Russian nuclear technologies, which are the leading in the world." The term of operation of Metsamor nuclear power plant has been extended until 2026 after the upgrade carried out in recent years with support from Rosatom. The Armenian government, however, is considering extending the plant's life until 2036. According to Parliament Deputy Babken Tunyan, in 2021, Armenian citizens spent $59 billion on gambling bets. According to the deputy, of the $59 billion spent, people lost $13 million. This means that from January to November of 2021, Armenians lost about $38,500 a day. Deputy Minister of Finance Armen Hayrapetyyan mentioned that compared to 2018, the bets have increased 6 times. The parliament intends to restrict the advertising of betting companies on TV, websites, as well as on billboards. On Friday, Secretary of the Security Council Armen Grigoryan met with a delegation consisting of the Presidency of the Council of the European Union and other representatives of the European Union. The delegation included Counselor of the Diplomatic Department of the French Presidency, Isabelle Dumont, EU Special Representative for the South Caucasus, Toivo Clar, EU Ambassador for Eastern Partnership, Brice Roquevoy, Special Advisor to the European Council President, Magdalena Grono, as well as Head of the EU delegation to Armenia, Andrea Victorin, and French Ambassador to Armenia, Anne Luyo. The sides expressed satisfaction with the intensive cooperation between Armenia and the EU. Grigoryan stressed Armenia's willingness to continue to cooperate with the European Union in the processes of Armenia's democratization and ensuring security in the region. The sides also touched upon the situation of the Armenian-Azerbaijani border, including the launch of delimitation and demarcation processes as soon as possible and the creation of an appropriate atmosphere for it. Dumont and Clar, speaking of humanitarian issues, stressed that the EU is actively working to bring Armenian prisoners from Azerbaijan as soon as possible. The amount of compensation for Armenian diplomats working abroad will increase. The decision was made at the January 20 government session. Foreign Minister Ararat Mirzoyan said that the compensation given to diplomats working abroad in many cases does not correspond to the living standard and expenses in that country. The amount of compensation to be paid is calculated according to the relevant United Nations index, which in turn is based on prices and living standards in New York. According to Mirzoyan, a national index has been created based on the prices in New York, which will compensate the diplomats. Mirzoyan reminded that such an index had been developed 2 years ago, but taking into account the coronavirus and the war, the change was not made. Canadian-Armenian specialist Sisyan Boghosian has been appointed head of Armenia's tourism committee. Sisyan Bogosyan is a participant of the IGORT program of the Diaspora High Commissioner's Office, which allows diaspora specialists to work for the Armenian government. For the last few months, Sisyan has been working at the Tourism Committee of the Ministry of Economy, and her professionalism led to being appointed to this official position, stated the Diaspora High Commissioner's Office.